Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about my top 3 favorite books that I have read so far this year, because we are already a little over halfway through this year and that is crazy to me. But yeah, so I have read quite a few really good books so far this year, but these particular 3 have just really stood out to me and I really enjoyed them, and I have given all of these 5 stars. So I just wanted to talk about them and kind of give them some love, and there is a very good chance that you might see these in my top favorite reads at the end of this year. So just a little sneak peek, if you will. So like I say, I have 3 books here. I was thinking about maybe doing a top 5, but my room is in shambles right now because I am currently moving into a different room. So I just was like not wanting to go through like boxes and stuff and like go through everything because it's just been crazy so far right now. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go in chronological order of when I read these books. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first book that I read that I gave 5 stars this year, which is one of my top favorites, is Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series, and it is actually my first cowboy romance, I believe. For those of you guys who do not know what this series is, this is about a group of brothers who live in Canada, and in this particular book, it is about a bull rider by the name of Rhett, who gets some bad publicity when he decides to beat up somebody for a comment that they made, and he is having to be pretty much looked after by Summer, who is kind of like his agent, I think he's like the daughter of his agent or something like that. I can't really remember. It's been a few months since I've read this. But yeah, and this is like the epitome of like a grumpy sunshine kind of trope. This was my very first 5-star of the year. It was so good. Just the things that Rhett says to Summer just had me absolutely swooning. I was like, oh my God. Like there were so many moments in this book where I was just like, oh. So just because of that, I really just enjoyed this so much. And I also really loved the plot of this book. I really loved just how fun it was. You really became invested in these characters. It wasn't just a whole bunch of smut scenes, even though there is a little bit of smut, I'm not gonna lie, but it is still a really good book. And if you're wanting something that's like a romance, or if you're wanting to try cowboy romances, I do recommend this book. I haven't read the rest of the series yet. I do have the second book already, and I do plan on reading that at some point, but I just haven't yet. So this is one of my favorite books of this year so far. Right, my next book that I have here is The House at the River's Edge. Now I just went on a rampage about this book in my wrap-up video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this does have 2 separate timelines. It's a historical fiction. One takes place in 1997 and one takes place over the course of World War I. And it's basically about a woman discovering that the people that she thought of like in her past are actually, it's not the full story, and that the actual story is a way more beautiful and tragic than what she could have ever believed. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I already did that in my last video, but just know, if you love historical romance, if you love historical fiction, this is a great book for that. This is like such a good book. I loved the writing. I thought Rachel Burton did an amazing job. I thought she just really did a great job of like weaving in both timelines really well. And I also really loved just the characters. You became so invested in them, especially the 2 main characters in the World War I story, which is what this story is mostly about. And it was just, it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. I actually received this originally as an ARC through NetGalley, and it is definitely my top favorite arc that I have gotten so far. It was so good. It was so emotional. It was amazing. Like I said, if you want more details, go ahead and check out my last video, but just know anybody who is a fan of historical fiction, you need to read this book. You need to read it. And I plan on getting so many more Rachel Burton books in the future, because if her writing is anything like this, then I know that I am going to love it, and I need more of it. So this last one is very new. I haven't talked about it at all because I just finished it a couple of days ago, but I just had to mention it here. So if you're watching this video, you are getting a sneak peek at one of my newest 5-star reads, as well as a book that I have actually read. So let's talk about Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin. So I have read actually Rachel Griffin's other 2 books, The Nature of Witches and Bring Me Your Midnight. I read them both last year, one at the beginning of the year and then one towards the end of the year. And I got this because I am currently doing like a Wheel of Shame kind of thing on my TikTok. If you want to go ahead and follow me on TikTok, the link is below. But I am doing that, and this is the first thing that I picked. And oh my god, it was so good. It's basically about this girl by the name of Iris, who is a witch in the Pacific Northwest. And after a crazy tragic event that happened in her hometown of Nebraska, she and her mom have moved away, and she has pretty much lived her life in secret. She doesn't want anybody to know she's a witch. She wants, to keep that a secret because she saw the consequences of what could happen when people do know that you're a witch. And she has this sworn work rival enemy named Pike. And through some craziness that occurs that I don't want to spoil, they end up having to go on a camping trip together. And their relationship just develops from there. And it is so good. I enjoyed Rachel Griffin's other books. I thought that they were really good, but this one was just like at a whole other level. I thought that it was so beautifully written. This is her second novel that she has written, and I loved it. I love that all of her books, even though they're all about witches, which is like my favorite kind of books. I love books about witches. They're all so different. They all have such different plots, such different characters. Like, she's an amazing writer, and I definitely think that she needs more credit than what she gets. And I loved this book. I loved the writing. I loved the relationship that developed between Pike and Iris. I loved the side characters. Like, I loved her mom. I kind of wish that we had more scenes with her mom because she was just so sweet. And I just also loved the plot of it. It was like so fun, but at the same time, we were also like hoping that everything would work out in the end. And it's so good. I loved it. It actually reminded me a lot of a book that I read last year called The Phoenix Keeper. I read it for a book club, and that book was really good, but this one was like even better. So it's like, if you're wanting something that's similar to that book, if you really liked it, I would totally recommend this because it has very similar vibes, but I feel like the writing and just the storyline is not like, the plot is, I feel like, goes way smoother than the Phoenix Keeper did. Not that the plot is bad, it was just kind of clunky, but yeah. So this is my newest 5-star read. I love this book. I will talk more about it when I do my July wrap up here at the end of the month, but just know that this book is fantastic and more people need to read it. And I also love this cover, and yeah, this was great. So those are my top 3 favorite books that I've read so far this year. I do have others that I did enjoy, and I will try and make more videos in the future that talk about those books, because I do want to give the other books that I've read this year some love. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. If you are part of the United States, I hope you enjoyed your 4th of July yesterday. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.